Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. In this video tutorial, we'll be learning about functions. Now, what are functions? Can be defined as self-contained program statement that carries out a specific task. Now, I'll brief about it. There are different types of functions. The types of functions are no arguments and no return value, no arguments and with the return value, with arguments and with return value, and with arguments and no return value. The syntax for a function goes as this. First comes the return type, that is what type you want to return after the function is executed. Then the function name, then arguments. Arguments are what you want to use in the function. And inside the curly braces comes the executable statements, and then we return what you wanted to return after the statements are executed. Now, make you understand better, I have given a similar action which you will do in your daily life so that you will get to know about functions. Now, you know that your daily life is a program, and inside that you will execute many functions like eating food, working, you can think them all as functions. Now, that similar function is a dinner. That is, you will have dinner. That is a function for you. And now, after dinner, what you will get is energy. That is return type. So first we'll add here energy. That is the return type. That what the function results is a return type. And what the function intakes while doing the work is food. So that are arguments. Arguments I am saying here as food. So if you want to have dinner, you need food. That is taken as arguments here. And then inside the curly braces comes the process. The process are the executable statements. So in dinner function you will execute, what you will execute is you will eat the food. That are the executable statements here. And then after comes the return. Return is what you want to return after the function is processed or executed. So after dinner is done, you want to return energy. So you can see here the return type and the return must be same. So I hope you have understood about functions. Now we'll see all types of functions in the upcoming programs. Now here is a simple example. Now, if I don't want to return anything, I need to specify here void. That is nothing. Void in C means nothing. Think I want to execute this function, say hello, and I don't want to intake anything. What I want to do is just print hello on the screen through this function, and I want to return nothing. So first we'll execute this function. This is no argument and no return value function. So now let's come to our code. Yeah, we are in the code blocks now. We'll change this command. Now we are learning about no argument and no return value. No return value function. Now we saw the hello function, that the same function will run. Now first we need to define the function. We define the function after the curly braces of the main. That is, you can see that main is also a function which is ran every time. So now we need to define the function as void because we don't want to return anything. And then this is a say hello function. What come inside the curly braces comes the executive statement. What I want to do is I want to just print hello on the screen. So I'll use printf hello from function. Okay, now semicolon here, and there is I have given the return type as void, so I need not return nothing. So just write return from this function and a semicolon. Now we need to call the function here because everything is only inside only the main function is ran. So we need to call this function, say hello. Yeah, it's suggesting me. Okay, now what happens is from starting the compiler will start reading this program. It will see the call of a say hello function here, and then it will come out of the main and search for the say hello functions. And if the function is defined, it will run that first and comes to the next statement after the say hello here. So I hope you have understood this. Now let's build and run this. I'll cancel the previous one. Okay, build and run. Cool. This is hello. This is printing hello from the function as we expected. So now you got to know about no argument and no return type function. Now we'll see about no argument and return type function. So for that we'll write a function add, we'll write an add function here. We'll do this and this. Now first we need to define the function. We'll return int from this function. We need to specify the return type, that is here it will be int and the add function. Now what this function will do is it must take two integers from the user and print the sum. So first we need to take two integers, scanf %d. We can take two integers as inputs like this also, two format specifiers, and store it as a comma and store it as b. Now what this will do is it will take two inputs from the user and store this a and b. For that we need to declare these integers a and b. Now what will return is now we'll also declare the sum. Now we want to return sum to the user. That is whenever the add function is called, it should return the sum of the two integers. So sum is equal to a plus b. Now we'll give return sum. Now the function has been called. Now we want to use this add function. So first we'll ask the user to enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. We'll have an escape sequence here. Then after this we'll call our add function. Now when the compiler comes here, it searches for add function and it will find that its return type is int, and then what it goes inside the curly braces, it will read two numbers from the user and then calculate the sum and return us the sum. So this sum return we need to take and print out. So as the add function's return type is sum, we'll get sum after execution of this function. We'll get an int after execution of this function. So we'll declare that int also, that is result. Now we need to take the result is equal to add. That is, you got to know why we have given result is equal to add is because this add function returns an integer and will store that integer in the result, and that integer will be the sum of the two numbers, and we need to print that integers now. So we'll add a printf. The sum is %d, and we'll do print here result. So I hope you are getting it. I'll explain it once again. This is a no argument and return type. In this we don't take any arguments, but we return an integer. Now what this function does is, here we have defined the function as an add function, and whenever this function is called, it takes two integers and store it as a and b, and then calculates the sum and returns the sum. And as we have called here the function, as we have called the add function here, it returns an int. So we are storing that integer in the result, and then we are printing the result. That's all. Now let's run this. First it must ask us to print two numbers. Yeah, it's asking me to print two numbers. I'll enter 5, 6. The sum is done. This is cool. It's working as we have expected. So now in this video we learned about no return type and no argument function, and no argument and return type function, and the left two types of functions we'll learn in the next video. So till then, keep revising. If you did find any difficulties, please comment in the comment section below, and then if you are not clear about functions, please watch the video once again. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.